And I was pretty sure we're here to be servants, and it turns out I was right. When I was a worker, I would talk to people and be alone with people I would never talk to or be alone with. I was in situations I would never be in. I did things I didn't do. I did things I knew hurt the planet, all because of money. The second I said I'm not for sale and I stopped selling out, they gave me a $50 a month apartment 1 block from the ocean. Okay. I don't want any of us to think that we owe, to think that we have to pay in order to live in lavish abundance. That is not true. You don't have to go and be poor. You don't have to go and be homeless. No. Our universal needs are undeniable. Looking amazing. Fashion. That's a universal need. Grooming, of course. A universal need, and this is done naturally because needs raise capacity. When we observe there is a need, it creates an intrinsic motivation where we would love to make life more wonderful. Stop working. You look bored. Behind that counter, in that doorway, you look bored. Behind that counter, in that doorway.
If you remember me, we go long back. I met you.
Hey, superhero, I don't have time. I'm live streaming right now, and I don't like to hear your guys' threats. And I've already.
I'm not threatening you. I'm not threatening you, Daisy. I met you a long time ago on the boardwalk.
Look, one of your guys threatened me, and I don't like that. I don't.
I'm not threatening you, Daisy. I met you a long time ago on the boardwalk.
Look, one of your guys threatened me, and I don't like that. I don't believe in uniforms. Take off your uniform and come at me as a community member.
You want me to take off my uniform?
No, superhero, I want you to be free. I want all of us to be free. I'm literally on the mic because you can't be on the mic unless you're going to speak God and love and nature. That's the only way you get to be on the mic. You have to speak for love, God, and nature, and I don't care who your God is. That's personal. I'm talking about listening to the voice inside instead of the voice outside. I don't like authority.
I'm not authority, Daisy.
Hi,
I'm
superhero.
not authority. Thank you.
I'm trying to awaken us.
I appreciate it. I'm
trying to activate us.
You're an activist. I know that's what you do.
No, I'm not an activist. I'm an awakener.
You're an awakener. Okay.
And we're scattered around. We're scattered around the planet because it is time to gather, and we're not meant to go into stores. That's ridiculous.
I hear that.
You want to know how I meet my needs? I move stuff around.
Okay. Like you take like one need from here and move it there, so someone else can get it, and then you take yours.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that.
That's what I do.
Daisy, I'm Donovan. We met a long time ago. I used to work for Spy, and I used to do homeless outreach on the beach, and now I'm here on the promenade.
Oh yeah, you guys helped me get housed.
Awesome.
Not Spy, but the outreach on the beach.
Awesome. Daisy, I just want to give you my card so that way you have my contact. I would love to talk to you more, but you're live streaming. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna talk to this young man over there. Okay? That's me. Okay?
All right, superhero. Sorry, I got a little defensive because I'm used to getting threatened.
And it's an authority thing, right? It's got the hat and got the badge on.
And I don't want that. We're not titles. We are the same. They've done all kinds of experiments. The second you give someone a title, they act totally different. How about if we're all just divided? Okay. And there's no speciesism. There's no superhero. I need to go all the way down and back up and to Pacific Palisades High School. You can catch me on the flip. Love you, superhero. Hey, listen, you guys. I'm gonna need all of you to superhero yourselves. I don't like what's going on. It's way too boring and dirty and ugly out here. I won't stop until it's gorgeous and colorful. I want to see waterfalls and water slides. I'm not kidding. I need all the hunks to assemble and go to the LA Zoo and get me some animals. Damn it. We have to show the rest of the world what heaven on earth looks like, a high-tech one. I'm sick and tired of information and technology being hoarded, and our government not sharing it, and companies not sharing it. We're gonna have one world, and we're all gonna share information and technology, and nothing will be for sale. Market economy is not for our universal needs. That is disastrous. We already know what that looks like. I am Daisy the Venice Sealer, your friendly neighborhood superhero, and in this day, we are scattered about the planet, here to awaken you to your universal needs, your body sensations, and your feelings. And those are undeniable. And I don't want any of us to ever sell out ever again. Getting up and not being in tune with your body means you're not listening to God. Not listening to your emotions, not processing means you're not listening to God. Superhero, what's up? God is also outside of us. Like, call that part of us nature. We're nature too. I'm sick and tired of speciesism, where we think that we're some kind of like better, higher species. This is not true. We're all divine. We're all God. One thing is true though, we are some sort of apex predator. We're smarter, we've got the ability to do a lot of stuff. I don't think that we're different though. I think that we're equal with all of life. Ladybugs and plants matter just as much as us. Every life. I don't like this human lives are more important and the adults are in charge and the authorities are in charge of them. No. We come in a circle. Not everyone facing an authority. We come together in a circle, all of our hearts open and pouring and listening intently, not being at each other, not trying to convince and coerce and win one another. But in a world where we're here to understand, I mean, how many of you even know what is going on in your body? Do you know where your breath is? Can you tell? How about your feelings? Do you know how you're feeling? Do you know what your high and your low is? Can you tell if you're anxious? Is your jaw clenched? Is it relaxed? Is the tongue at the top of your mouth? Or is it down underneath the teeth in your lower jaw? Do you know what's going on in your body right now? I bet you're not even paying attention. I bet you're in a low to mid-grade state of fight or flight. Because shopping and buying and selling, that is not relational. It's also done in our sympathetic nervous system. Hardly ever in the parasympathetic, because we're around a bunch of strangers buying and selling. Someone's keeping tabs. Someone's paying. Someone's watching. So there's the such thing as taking and stealing. None of that's even real. We have universal needs, and those are undeniable. And if you eat something and you poop it out, well, you owned it before. You don't want it when you poop it out, but it's still valuable. There's microbiome that contains trillions of gorgeous, majestic life forms. Aren't they valuable? In fact, you could turn them into compost. And it's commodifiable. But what is owning? And the answer is we made all of it up and it's not real. And we've been living out of balance because of it. That's the answer. Okay? Everyone's like, I wonder what it'd be like without money. Okay, stop paying. That's what it's like. I live it. You want to know how many people live it? The homeless. There's a whole population doesn't use money. You want to know what they use? They use something that maybe you don't got as much of it. All right? They don't got hygiene and cleanliness and food like you do. But you know what they got? They got trust in the universe. They've got community and relationships that are interdependent. They're also connected to the biosphere of the planet and whatever ecosystem is left because they're outside. And because of that, they don't get sick. I lived on the beach 5 years. Everyone getting sick. We don't get sick. And eventually they buy us out. And you yuppies look so stupid running around like you got somewhere to be when all you're doing is destroying the planet that's made for you and me to enjoy. So we could be servants and be together and snuggle in a world where we have interspecies relationships And we get to smell what baby horses' breath smells like, and we could smell like what it smells like to have every kind of fur. We could snuggle so many animals. It'd be like an animal snuggle salad. What's up? What's up, hunks? Look, can you believe these majestic hunks? They got them working, dressed them like warlords. Those are level 10 mega hunks. They will all be free in the new world. Those are the security. So I'm gonna connect with you guys. I cannot see this screen. I think I'm gonna go over here. We hide. Hey. So you guys, I wanna tell you that you're lovable. I wanna tell you guys that one of the biggest wounds about domination systems is it makes us turn on each other. And instead of turning against each other, I want you to see every single rift. And turning against each other, you might be like, oh no, I just don't talk to them. They just won't hear from me again. Please don't do that. Work it out, stay together. Look forward to rift resolution because you know that you're going to build trust and you're going to build deeper connection and you're also going to build wisdom. And if you have a learning and growth mindset, you could be curious and collaborative and compassionate and caring during this learning and growth experience. I am so grateful for the guys that I choose, who are amazingly sweet collaborators. And I tend to get hyped up and then I say, I'm gonna take a break. Or I might say, I'm gonna put my headphones on. Or would you like to do a meditation? Or would you like to rub each other's feet? Look at this. I love when you guys do stuff like that. It's just sweet. I ask for what I need. I'll say, okay, so I was in the car with my partner. My mom's birthday was on Friday. In the middle of listening to him, I said, I'm at capacity and I would love some silence. And we were silent. Then he said, that hurt my feelings. The way that you said it felt hurtful and upsetting, and it made me sad. And I said, oh, well, thank you for telling me. I said, I can try to tell you more about what's happening for me, or say it more sweet if that was too abrupt, too abrasive. And this is helping me because one of the things I'm working on is I do want to be more sweet and soft. And I would like to not say things that feel abrupt to others. He said it felt abrupt. And I received it like, oh, thank you. It's a good learning moment. And then we talked about it. And we were talking about it more than I liked. I said, I think I'm about it. And we were talking about it more than I liked. I said, I think I'm someone with more skill set rather than giving them an option. I would say, what would you like? Would you like for us to, I'm going to give the options. Hello, hello. EDQ. You guys are so lovable. Hello, hello. Who's the doobadoo? Everyone remember, we are a divine being You're lovable no matter what. What are you guys struggling with? I wanted to talk about, no one said anything about what I was saying. Do any of you turn against the people that you love? Do any of you find someone that you love and then, like your brother or your sister, you find yourself turning against them? And it's difficult for you to resolve rifts because you enemy image them? Instead of pointing out what they're doing wrong, point out what they're hoping for, what needs they have. Instead of saying, here's what's wrong with you. Find their gifts and talents. Like, what have they done? What are the positive things? Point those out. And it'll sound like this. So instead of, oh, you did this, and this is, and you give them the enemy image, name calling and put down, and here's what I think about you. Here's my evaluation. Then instead of saying this piece, and even if someone says it to you, you could say, hey, look, I don't want us to do that. I don't like it when you speak for me, and that's why I don't speak for anyone else. So I just want to make sure that you're speaking for you and I'm speaking for me so that we can have healthy interdependence. And I love you. You're my friend. Or I love you. You're my brother. Whoever it is. I love you. You're my mother. I want to have a healthy mother-daughter. I want to have a healthy friendship. Whatever it is. Between you and I. Where we learn and grow from our mistakes and we don't turn against each other. So here's what I'm not available for and I will not accept. If when your heart is not open, I will call it disorganized attachment style, because that's when you attack. A dismissive avoidant would be if you're ghosting me. Like my son's ghosting me right now. Okay? Both my oldest is. My middle one is, he can't really help it because of the parental alienation. And he's kind of like a victim right now of this, just... Anyways. But trust me, my therapist and caseworker and everyone knows. So the authorities are handling those specifics. So we will refrain from discussing those here. In a good way, where they're bridging the gap between me and my family, so that there can be facilitated co-therapies, whether it's mother-daughter or with my two sons, or with the grandma, my mom. So here's what I want you to say instead of saying the negative. It would sound like this. Hey, I know this is important to you because your voice is raised, or your shoulders are up to your ears, or your teeth are grunt, whatever it is. I know this is important to you. And I want you to know that I support you and I care about you. And I'm here to work it out. We can figure this out. I've made a mistake, or you could, there's been a mistake, or there's been a misunderstanding, whatever it is. Like, there's been a rupture, we're going to repair it. Then you just give the reassurance, like, hey, this is like what's happening. We are in a caring relationship. This is a caring mother-daughter relationship, whatever it is. There's been a rupture. We're going to repair it. We're not going to turn against each other. We're going to build trust and connection and creativity. We're going to be more conscious and loving and caring about each other. We're going to understand each other better. We're going to move through this together. And if we turn against each other in shame and blame, we're not going to be curious. And we're not going to be creative. We're not going to be conscious. We're not going to be wise. It dupes us down. Whereas if we empower each other and inspire each other and say, like, hey, it sounds like what's important to you is, and then you tell them. And maybe what's important to them is like, hey, I can feel that you really wanted more collaboration before this decision was made. And it sounds like you don't trust that your needs are going to matter in the future and that you're going to be considered before action is taken, whatever it is, whatever it is. And if you get it wrong, they'll tell you, no, it's this, da, 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 and I need, da, da. Got it, so you want, and they'll say it, they might say it as a put down or criticism, and then you reframe it into feelings and needs. So, do you guys have any? So I'm going to say something. Men, stick with the men. I don't want any men to be on here really talking to me. There's no reason for that. Personal development stuff is fine. Stuff like that. Stuff that's going to help us learn and grow. I don't need to make friends on here with you guys. Goddesses, on the other hand, the women are here to come together and support each other. Men, you need to go with the other men. If you are going to women when you're feeling alone, then that is a mother wound. All right? So you need to go find the men and you need to go heal. And from there, from fellowship, then you attract women. However, the woman is not the one. And women, same thing. The man is not the one. You have your goddess squad, the men have their tribe. You guys meet your needs together. As I say this, I'm thinking, well, where's my tribe? And I will tell you that in the end of, so there's like awakening period and then there's integration. And I now know who I am. Now I'm attracting my goddess squad. And these are the women I'm going to be friends with for life. Before that, and I'm waiting for even closer relationships where we're not meant to be alone, we're meant to be with each other. And until that happens, I know that I'm just going to radiate like a beacon and my goddesses will come. We're not meant to be trying to just go find a partner, and this nuclear family idea is not it. It's not going to make us happy. When you go to any 12-step program, the first thing they say is find a group of women, like find for the women, and then they say the same thing to the men, like find a group of men, get a home group, get a strong group that you could call, who are there for each other. This is needed. Fellowship is needed, and from just to be a regular, like if you're just a cow out in the world alone, you're going to be really stressed out. You need a herd, and we're primates. We've got to have a troop or a tribe or herd, whatever you want to call it. I'd like us to evolve many different ways and not all be the same being and become beings of light, where unlike the animals, we shapeshift, and actually, maybe they probably do all that stuff too. They probably shapeshift. We all know they do. Telepathy is something that we lost. We're meant to speak in telepathy. So here I am at the 3rd Street Promenade doing my speeches, and I'm ready to end the live stream. Please think about how lovable you are. Goddesses, I'm wanting to attract my tribe, so come find me.